गाइस, स्वागत है आप सबका मेरे चैनल में सुनो कहानी पे वेयर वी वर रीडिंग यू ओनली लिव वंस। सो आज नए चैप्टर के साथ शुरुआत करते हैं। आपकी ये बुक कैसी लग रही है आप कमेंट कर सकते हैं, और अगर आपकी कोई फेवरेट बुक है तो वो भी आप कमेंट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो उसी पर होगी, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। न्यू इनिंग्स आरव। सैटरडे 2 नवंबर 2019, रिकीज बीच सेक, पेलोम, गोवा, इंडिया। Often, falling in and out of love happens simultaneously with different people, though. God is a drop dead gorgeous. Sorry. Goa is a drop dead gorgeous. Goa is a reflection of your mood. If you are happy, it feels like a happy place. If you are sad, it feels like dark and gloomy. Every encounter in Goa feels new, different. For me, living by the beach is the same as living life. Living life like a slow burning candle. Today feels like one of those days when you are prefer listening to the radio for the element of surprise rather than playing your long lost playlist. My Tinder shows 10 odd profiles like every other day. I swipe all of them left. My smartphone rings. Happy birthday, says the lady at the other end. Thank you. You can avail 800 credits on my Make My Trip for your next booking. So here is the deal. It is not my birthday today. I am signed up with more than 15 online travel companies and I have mentioned a different birthday on each one of them to avail the birthday month benefits every month and ride for half the price to go on. Young and broke college students often do that. Switch your phone off before you enter. Reads a big board in front of Ricky's. I clearly remember noticing this when I had accidentally landed at Ricky's for the first time. Look who is here. Uncle Ricky hugs me and pulls me out of my rewire. Seeing smile from a distance. He is busy attending to some European clients. Hello, uncle. Why did you tell everyone about my stand-up gig? Why can't you keep your mouth shut? I say as I place my all stuff in Coco Hut. Uncle Ricky makes sure to reserve it for me before I reach. Fair, no fair, no fair. Say this out loud. He laughs. Wow, is this Elisa song playing? Yes. Why don't you share this playlist with me? It is not on YouTube. I love her voice. It is my prized possession. Nobody can have it. Elisa became my favorite singer the moment I listened to her first song. I can listen to her song on and on. They give me the power to live, to believe in my dreams, and to dare to fall in love again. I wish I could meet you at least once, Elisa. All set for performance? A little nervous as we have sold tickets this time. That's a good sign. I head towards the stage. It's still an hour before I start performing, but I like familiarizing myself with the performance space to deal with stage fright. While I am still practicing in front of a few people seated at Ricky's, a girl smiles at me from a distance. She is here with a friend, probably. Ricky's and the girls are having an animated conversation. Her smile feels familiar and comforting. Oh, I recognize her from the railway station. I feel compelled to go and speak to her. As I reached closer to her, I noticed that she is wearing a black dress, smells amazing, has red lipstick on, and just a lean choker around her neck. It is dull golden color and perfectly complements her skin that resembles ripe blooms of wheat shrubs. She picks up a glass of water placed on the adjacent table, takes a sip and plays it back. Try this. Look in someone's eyes when they drink water. They look inexplicably innocent. When I look into someone's eyes, I know exactly the kind of people they are. So, she is not the kind who would hide her insecurities behind her heels. Hello, I say as I break into their conversation. Have we met before? The girl chimes. Yes, at the railway station. Oh, yes. Thanks for helping me out. By the way, my name is Arab. I am performing tonight. I am a no voice stand up comedian. Uncle Ricky interrupts and continues. Why don't you perform tonight? If we like it, you can perform every Saturday. For Ricky, flirting is not a card. It is only her with whom he would flirt. He would do this with every woman who crossed his path. Being straight, he could only cajole the guys like me. This inclination of was more towards tourists, though. His can be termed a personality with a congenital flirting disorder. He could have started flirting as early as he was a geoguid. He must have winked at the gynecologist every time his mother went to a clinic for an ultrasound. Although he is jaunty and carefree at heart, I do not like him for his flirting obsession. He flatters everyone and can keep people happy with this idiosyncrasy of his. He is smart, intelligent, and ambitious. He speaks all day long, I suppose, except for when he sleeps. The only thing I admire about him is that he is supportive and encouraging of me. The girl turns to look at me now. Alara, my name is Alara, she says and continues. Sure, Ricky. All thanks to Parvati for guiding me to this beautiful place. Parvati interrupts. My pleasure. Your voice is magical. Saturday night is a busy affair at Ricky's. By the time we start, the entire shake is bursting with chat. Alara is our opening performance for the night, and I feel the most excited to watch her perform. She walks up the stage, adjusts her mic, clears her throat, and starts to sing. In my dream, you are real. More than my body, I touch yours. More than my existence, I feel yours. In a reality, you are dream, far-fetched, deceitful, alluring still. Fortunately, the dream is everlasting and the reality ever-changing. Music is one of the best ways to heal. When I am not traveling, music transport me to place and makes sure that I am still moving as I watch her perform. And Arela is all that I can think of. I am sure others feel the same too. She is like the madness of a club. She does not fit into the conventional definition of beautiful. Her eyes are not blue, just plain black, nor are her hair colored differently. Her skin is the color of sand, not jasmines, lilies, or roses. Her body does not resemble an hourglass, yet she is so beautiful. Her voice is as smooth as a butter and as sweet as honey. I have always been the listen to music kind, but tonight I have become the listen to words kind. Appreciating someone's outer beauty without diving deep into their soul is like appreciating honey for its golden color and not its sweetness. For me, it is sweetness over color, always. While I thought I would never be able to fall in love again, she gives me a reason to believe otherwise. Life is strange. Often falling in and out of love happens simultaneously with different people, though. She walks down the stage and wishes me luck. I find myself still full of fright and not even half as confident as she had been out there. As I got on to the stage, the lights on the audience become dim and the focus is on me. While others can now have perfect look at me, I can perfectly see every nook of Ricky's. I freeze. I want to speak but can't remember a single joke I had prepared. Suddenly I forgot everything and go blank. I think of my first time in Ricky's. It was raining heavily. I stepped out of my cab only to see that the lane was flooded, so much so that even the puddles could not be spotted. I felt that I had to be wary of each step, and I took it in these unpredictable circumstances, much like life itself. The most prominent thing that my eyes instantly took to notice was a board adorned with a small neon lamps all around it that read Ricky's Beach Shake. As I had no idea of what to do next, I started taking long streets towards that alluring shake without another thought. The rain had not stopped yet. It could precisely be termed as a sudden downpour, especially the kind that forced people to stay indoors. Water was gushing beneath my feet. The pure white shirt that I had put on some 4 hours ago, right before leaving my hostel, had turned translucent. My choice of sensible reflect my sanity, and it was mid-March, a month usually expected to bring with it scorching sunlight. The bizarre change of weather would definitely have made one question my sanity, as my clothes were now dirty as mud, and I could not claim without a mirror that I looked awful. While walking towards the sake, I heard lightning and thunder so close to my heart that for a fraction of a second I thought that my smartphone had exploded inside my pocket. The thought did not seem strange to me anymore, as in the past weeks my smartphone had beeped a million times with tons of messages, devastating, devastating ones. No cold stuff, people huddled under the shade of shops or restaurants, having been caught un- unawares by the rain. All shelters seemed crowded with no place for solitude, something I aspired to find at the shake. With tapering hope, I pushed against the doors and stumbled into Ricky's. Much to my surprise, the shake played 70s classic rock hits, a phenomenon you are least likely to come across these days as there is mostly pop or EDM playing at 6. I would have loved the ambitions otherwise, as I am fond of beer as well as the song that I played in the background, Eye of the Tiger. But it was different today. I could not rejoice in the rains as much as I otherwise do, as my thoughts were preoccupied with Tara, whom I was dying to see, meet, touch, and word not. She had not called in days. She had just sent WhatsApp messages that felt unfamiliar. She had not let me sleep for almost a month now, and my anxiety rose exponentially with the days that passed. Needless to motion, I felt tired and exhausted, so I decided to go get a coffee. I placed towards the counter to get it. The guy at the bar looked as if he was in his early 20s, probably an undergraduate student from a putative college like mine, working here part time only to fulfill his desire of being independent in a developing country like India. I appreciated his courage for having taken on lesser appreciated role, though unfamiliar so, for the sake of his desire. While I stood in queue waiting for my turn, I glanced around Sheikh. The Sheikh was predominantly occupied with couples and tourists. Only a few people in groups of three or more were present. It was crowded and confirmed by speculation, and it was hard to find a calculated place here. To my surprise, I did locate a table in a corner that was fairly away from the dense crowded, but still could not save me from all the noisy chatter. I desired for such a place not so much to keep away from the noise, but to find an escape from the people so they did not catch me bursting into tears, which I knew would happen at any moment, and I did not want to hold people's unwanted attention. While I was lost in my own world as usual, a middle aged man of athletic build approached me. His glaives seemed as strong as the rocks by the beach. He said, "Did you recently break up?" Everything about him was moderate, except for the simply audacity of raising such a question, or even to know something of the sort at first glance. "Who are you?" "I am the owner of this place, Ricky." Ricky? Having stayed in Goa for 3 years by then, I was familiar with cons naming their establishments after themselves. When did this happen? What? The breakup? We have not breakup. Why would you care? It looked like you are not sleeping well. Coffee is more expensive than beer in Goa. If you are ordering that, something is definitely up with you. Better off my business though. He chuckled and left. Creepy fellow, I said. As I sipped my cup of coffee, the song in the background changed to the cult classic Let It Be by the Beatles. I took out my smartphone from my pocket. It was something I had logged to do in the past few minutes as I was nearly waiting for Tara's call. She had promised that she would call. I had not taken a look at the notification in the last 10 minutes due to hasty march towards the shake as opposed to the past few weeks when my average rate of checking the cell phone was an incredulous 100 times a minute, except for the 3 hours of sleep at night, enough for a person to be termed as deranged. I was not deranged, just an insomniac. Or so I told myself not to end up questioning my resiliently every few seconds. One new message, the screen read. I tapped the app icon with the excitement of a small child poking soap bubbles blown by roadside toy vendors at tourist places such as the Gateway of India. However, it was not Mumbai and I was not a child. But all I was here with was immense hope. It's not working anymore. I am getting married. All the best. Tara's marriage message had hit me right here, or at this place. It felt like the world had collapsed around me. I could not feel my feet. The more I got to know her, the less I would wanted to know. I had known exactly what her desires were, who she had once wanted to become, and who she was trying to become now. Then I heard from her that afternoon. Not any other, that summer afternoon. After 2 years of ordering her favorite dish, I ordered mine. A few minutes later, Ricky returned. This time I could not stop myself. I got up and hugged him, my face pressed against his huge athletic body. In that moment, the fact that Tara had left me overpowered my fear of people. Seeing me cry, I clung to Ricky's like yes, clings to bread. It did not feel unnatural. I said, I don't desire anything now. I am a loser. Uncle Ricky told me I had always wanted to build a space that looks just like this. One that gives people the creative freedom to think, away from the madness of the new metropolitan areas, for people to be able to break free from their constrained lives and pursue new ideas that could have an impact, ideas that could change the world. I feel I have lost it all. Everyone you feel is successful now. May I start someday? That someday could be today for you. Whether you want to start a business, get an admission in your dream college, sing a song, or make $1 million, you will have to start somewhere. Go for it now. That's all. He reaffirmed. When I did not stop sobbing, he interrupted. Why are you hiding your face? People are going to think that I have gone crazy. When you laugh a lot, they call you crazy. When you cry a lot, they call you depressed. When you speak a lot, they say you should maybe speak less. And the list goes on, on and on. No matter what you do, they will put a label on you. But when you know who you are, it really does not matter what label they put on you. I am wild and crazy, yes. I am free, but I am free. That's how I love to label me. He giggled. You are correct, stranger. Ricky, I whispered under my breath. What are you passionate about? What gives you real contentment? Making people laugh, cracking jokes. Are you sure? You are the one who is crying. Oh, yes, I used to be a jolly guy. I am a loser now. Choose carefully what you believe in. Your beliefs can either limit you or set you free. You are only as good as you think you are. You have the capacity to make people laugh and cry as an artist. Visit me when you feel better. I might have something for you. Remember, when you know who you are, it really does not matter what they label you. Releasing my pain through tears was like reaching an orgasm, only better. When I washed my face, I felt stronger. It felt like all the negativity had been washed off. When I walked out of Ricky's and decided to breathe in fresh air again, it felt glorious. Soon Ricky's become that one place I would go back to every weekend, whether I was happy or sad. I did not realize when the stranger Ricky became Uncle Ricky. He made sure that I performed my jokes in front of others. Tonight is my second performance. He wants to hone me into a star stand-up comedian. But I don't know if I will ever be able to live up to his expectations. The New Girl Ricky. Saturday, 2nd November 2019. Ricky's Petsek, Pelom, Goa, India. Vulnerability is your strength. This new girl Arala is performing really well. Sin says as she walks up to me. She is good for our weekend business. You must ask her to perform every Saturday, she adds. Has it ever happened to you that the other person says exactly the same thing that you have been thinking of, and at the very moment true friends mostly know it all? And I like Sin just for that. I will see, I tell her, just to draw out that I don't give a shit look on her face. Lara reminds me of Elisa. While there is hardly a chance that they would be related, I must check on her just to be sure. The crowd goes mad as she stops down the stage, and I realize that Star is born right here at Ricky's. Now it's Arav who has to perform. I know this champ will rule the stage. Arav, go for it. I scream as he looks stupefied on stage. After a long pause, almost 3 minutes, he starts. Hi, I am Arav. Sad, depressed, and comical. I know, ironic. Or is it? I don't know. So, I am recently single. It's hard. I have started hating every couple around me. And the rock bottom of the problem is not that you are single. You hit the rock bottom when you find out that even fucking Ramesh has a girlfriend now. Ramesh has one. Ramesh You know, Ramesh, he asked the audience. A girl from the audience replies, No. See, that is how unremarkable Ramesh is. Fucking Ramesh from accounts. Ah. So we broke up 6 months ago. By me, I mean she decided that it is not working anymore between us. Ah. I really loved her. I really do love her. Don't know why I hate her. I hate that her one smile can make your day. I hate that she brings joy to people around her with just a smile. Do you know how long I had to hone my skills to be this good? And I am not even good that pitch. I'm scared, she tells. I lost the only one thing in my life, Tara. I I am contemplating leaving my job. I am thinking of moving. I am most probably depressed. And somehow that's not even the worst thing in my life currently. He laughed nervously. The worst thing is I don't know how to date. Like not anymore. I never knew. We met, we were friends and become lovers. Lovers, what a fucking cheesy word lovers. It should be losers. He laughed hysterically. That's my time, folks. I snatched the mic from Arav as I walk up the stage. In a most disgusting tone, I ask him to get lost. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. How he is not able to be on stage without mentioning Tara. I don't want him to cry over her for years like I did for Elisa. I clear my throat and address a silent audience. The best part of me, which at least I adore the most, is that I was willing to adapt and learn. My encounters with people all through my life were my best teachers. I don't believe in the conservative education protocols. I believe that learning comes from doing and the rest from gathering wisdom gained by others through their own personal experience, through their lives. What was the biggest failure of my life 2 years back does not matter anymore. Neither do any of those achievements. Just believe in time. It cures the longest, largest of the wounds. You can take back something positive from even the most negative experience or grieve even while experiencing the most amazing thing. Life is how you look at it and how you make it. There is no absolute. Play that goddamn music. I get off the stage, walk up to Arav and snap. Don't you want to see you here again? I am not coming back. Maybe I don't have it in me. And no matter how hard I practice, I can't get past the thoughts of Tara. We all have our means of releases. Some of us like to run, some of us play sports, some of us dance or our heart out. Some of us sing it out loud, while the rest of us choose to cry. There is nothing wrong about crying. Once in a while, you must cry. Vulnerability is your strength, but to cry over and over will not lead you anywhere. Rather, if you feel joy, find your releases. If you feel hurt, find your releases. You can't burden your people with the task of making you feel good about yourself all the time. At times, you must choose an activity that liberates your mind from the pain. And trust me, we all might have different methods of release, but we all have one for sure. I want this stage to be your method of release, understand? I pick a corner and gulp my eighth drink of the day. Dejected and clueless, Arav sits next to me. Alara drags a chair to sit with us. She points to an old photograph of hers. This is me, singing at the stage of 9. Never have I ever cared about who is watching. I sing in joy and in pain. When in pain, I sing louder, clear. It's not about reaching out to someone else. It's about talking to my own soul. I heal. I mostly heal after that. He still notes lots of practicing and brushing up. It is definitely not his best, but I am sure that the best is yet to come. Let him take his time. You remind me of someone, I say as I look into Elera's eyes. Should I be concerned? She smiles at me. That smile. That smile in particular reminds me of Elisa and her songs, Innocence. Who all have been your musical influences? I ask. Not many. Madonna, Shakira, Avril. These are the ones that I have grown up watching. She replies. Your style is not a mainstream. It's not like one of those pop singers. It's hard to believe that you are telling the right thing. Why would I lie? She smiles with confidence. And yes, why would she lie? My drinks get the better of me sometimes, but there is something really strange about her. What brings you here? I need to write new song. Travel is the best way, they say. Elisa was not particularly good at handling criticism, I remember. Your voice is perfect, but it feels like something is missing. Something, as in, I did not get you. She retorts in surprise, her voice louder than usual. While playing with one instrument, one should be prepared. Focus on more original songs, as that is the spirit of Ricky's beach sake. You may have come down here during the day and practice with Shiva. Shiva plays the guitar for us. Okay. What is it that sets some journey apart from the others? I asked, curious to see whose answer first. And of course, better. That's one of the tricks I learned from my mother. Alara Voltaire. All of us have the traits of a hero within us, and ideally, all of us are heroes. Each one of us experience the negative emotion of fear at some point in our lives, just like the other heroes whose journey we are celebrating. What makes a difference is to make a move or take an action, overcome it, or outwit. I don't believe that all of us become heroes, but it is important to set out on the journey of a hero. So, what are you waiting for? Alara and I say in unison. Thereafter, we laugh at the coincidence. Does he remind you of Elisa? Ara breaks the silence. He looks at Alara and continues. I hope not, otherwise, your weekend employment is cancelled. He hates her. Who is she? Alara replies. She can't remind me of Elisa. Her voice is perfect, but songs lack of the depth of emotion and beautiful stories that Elisa told through her music, I say. My music teacher told me to write down that what I feel during sleepless nights. It will help me heal. That's what I do. It's hurting to know that you feel I am not good enough. If you plan to do something, you have to be the best at it. You will survive being mediocre, but it is a whole other ball game to be go beyond that. Expecting you to be better next week, her face turns visibly red. She must assume that she is the best, but she is not. I have certainly seen the best, and she is not it. She replies. It is not at all about what you achieve or where you reach. It is about doing what you love to do and giving your 100% to it. For instance, a music teacher and a rock star both love music. I am sure Arav and Alara would come better prepared for the next performance. These kids need to be told. I have faith that they can do much better. Your relationship with your trainer is bittersweet, but it is worth it. Life's about making the most of your present to build a better future and not shed tears in the name of the past. Everyone has had their share of the tragedies, but it's time to pat yourself on your back and move on. Arav is a good lad. I know he has the potential to make the world laugh like crazy. He needs to get serious and believe in himself. I see my past broken self in him. In him, I try my best to let his dream come true and help him take the path I myself did not. You are that one person who is going to stay with you till the end. Make sure that you love this person first and then spread the love. A lot of people often ask me, how do I spread so much love, life, and laughter? It is simply because I love myself. Looking for you, Alara. Saturday, 3rd November 2019. Maria's PG for Working Women, Kanakona, Goa, India. It is the moment when we lose ourselves, our sanity, that we actually feel alive. Yesterday I felt so tempted to inquire that about mom, but the moment Arab told me about what Ricky's feel about her, I held back from asking anything in particular. Last night was magical. I have got to write and perform a new song this week. I need to win over Ricky's if I want him to tell me more about my mom. As I am lost in thought, the reception guys calls me. Parvati is here to see you. You can come down to the reception, he says. What's up? All good? Ready to go for house hunting? Yeah. By the way, I think I know the best place for you. You will like it there. We are visiting 3 PGs in a neighborhood, but I am sure you will finalize the first one. Let's see. We will walk by the Palom Beach Road for about a kilometer to reach a two-story Portuguese construction on top of a rock formation. It is a slightly secluded from the more commercial places around. I like it already, I assure Parvati. Where is the building that feels at least 30 years old? An old lady sits at the porch basking in the sun. A young lady, probably the lady's nurse, walks up to us. Are you here to check out the room? A white Pomeranian dog accompanies her. Lucky keeps sitting, she instructs. Lucky jumps and licks us in joy. Ignoring her commands, yes, I am Parvati and she is Alara. She is the tenant. Namaste, I am Madhuri. She greets and leads us to the top floor. She introduced the old lady as Maria, the owner of the PG. I shake hands with her. They are as soft as freshly churned butter from the centrifuge. She seems paralyzed, waits down as Madhuri helps her with a wheelchair. Maria seemed to be a Portuguese descent for sure, I can tell from her face. The room is a tiny refugee constructed of gravy stones. It has a small terrace attached to it. It overlooks the Arabian Sea. Although it is not very big, it is just perfect to accommodate me. And Parvati was quite right when she pursued that I would take this place. How much will it be? You are planning to stay until the New Year's? That's what Parvati told me over the phone call. Yes, we generally do not let our rooms for less than 6 months, but this penthouse has been vacant for a long time. Nobody wants to stay so far cut off from the city center, so we have decided to let you at it 30,000 rupees for 2 months. You have to pay 50% in advance, she says mechanically. It seems like Maria does not speak much and has trained Madhuri to look after her and the property. I am moving in today, I reply with a smile. I head back to the hotel and Parvati helps me to do up my new place. Didi, write as your heart desire on this desk. I am sure you will touch a million souls, she says and walks out. She tells me that she has to pick her mother up from a nearby orphanage where she works as a nurse. I hit the beach for the very first since I have arrived. As I jump and dance all on my own, I feel so liberated as I can live like Rami for 2 months. I have watched it in the movies for so long, but this feels pretty real now. I am at a place where I can be who I wish to be without adhering to the norms of the society, splashing around in the water like the birds and the animals from the jungle, singing and shouting out loud, contemplating and the writing my next song, running endlessly along the shore, trekking up the cliff nearby. Yes, this is my home in the wilderness. Don't let your phone ring, only your heart sing. Like Rame says on his blog on the open road. The world is our home. It is delusional to call your apartment home. Even worse, to stick to the same place all through your lives. If you have found love, happiness, or togetherness somewhere, you have certainly found a home. Relax, calm down, meditate. Your mind needs cleansing just like your body. When you travel, make sure that you cleanse your mind and soul in the embers of nature. Flowing water, preferably the sound of water, acts like a healer. Always take some time out to spend with yourself and heal. I am cleansing myself in the Arabian Sea. Literally, the water is clear as crystal and as green and glittery as emerald. And I am sure it has taken a journey traversing ages, universe. What if a part of it has touched my mother too? I feel as if I was a sea of madness bubbling to a break free as I danced by the shore. I finally did. It is in the moments when we lose ourselves, our sanity, that we actually feel alive. In the evening, I walk to the small restaurant, come mass downstairs for dinner. A few girls are sitting here and there chatting about everything from the current government to boyfriends. Madhuri enters the place and, as usual, she is with Maria. Maria, while seated on her wheelchair, gestured at me with her index finger to come closer. I follow her command. She then gestured at Madhuri to get her a pen, maybe. In no time, hands her a diary and pen. She trembles as she scribbles. Who is she? Madhuri tells her that I am the new tenant who has moved in today. She then whispers in my ears, don't worry, she is too old. She has Alzheimer's. She forgot to offer. Go get your plate. Next morning, as I am practicing songs on my terrace, someone rings my room's bell. I open to see that Madhuri and Maria are my guests. She needs to sit in the sun every day for an hour. I hope you will not mind. We have only one terrace. She likes the view from here. Oh, sure, why not? Madhuri leaves Maria with a diary and a pen. She probably has come chorus to finish off downstairs. I continue to practice. Lucky sits next to Maria. I set my guitar and sing. Heaven in white, only in fiction, it is certainly blue and green in reality. What's your drug? Mine is the sea, rains. What's your drug? Or the mountains? Maria closes her eyes as she rests in her wheelchair. She is facing the sky with her eyes closed. It feels as if she is listening to my song. I tell Maria I would like to stay near the sea for the rest of my life. Why did I say that? I love the ocean, any view of it, the sound of it. It soothes me and relaxes my soul. It makes me feel that I am alive. She smiles but does not reply. Assume that She might use her pen to write something about she does not do that either. Helpless as I had not spoken to anyone since morning, I continued to sing and take down the music notes in my diary. A few minutes later, she picks up the pen and draws a heart. My songs are wonderful, I ask as my face lights up like an LED bulb. She shakes her head in a no. My songs reminds you of love, I ask again. She shakes her head again. She scribbles, you sing from heart. Thank you. You remind me of someone, she whispers in a broken voice. I smile at her. Maybe most gowns feel so, as they might see a reflection of my mother in me. This also breaks my suspicion that Maria can't speak. She can, but she chooses not to. Who? I don't remember, she replies. Madhuri returns and escorts her back for lunch. I continue to practice later. I place the new song in the box. This box is one of the most valuable things I have, like a treasure. While a lot of people evaluate things in money, does it ever occur to you that the most of the things are irreplaceable? However, only the irreplaceable thing our life can be bought with any amount of money. Then I make friend with Akriti, a prostitute who fled from Mumbai where she was sold for trade and who now works at a library nearby. Her story is no sort of an inspirational film. The best part of her that I admire is that she chooses to smile. I could not ever understand what ugly meant. Maybe ugly is only when we are angry, jealous, or depressed, as it just reflects from our face, and we can't help but make people laugh, make people sad in our presence. But when we are happy, full of enthusiasm and love, we just radiate that positivity and spread a smile wherever we go. Maybe it's not about being beautiful or ugly, maybe it's just about being happy or sad. And yes, there would be times when you would be sad, but the moment you decide to smile again, you are beautiful again. You are beautiful always. As promised, Parvati come to see me post sunset. A few minutes later, we lie next to each other beneath a full moon as we gaze at the endless night sky that is absorbed in the cold breeze from the sea and the water twinkling from the lights of the six. Ricky feels I am not good enough yet. Ricky is a retired psycho. I had warned you. I should not have taken you to Ricky's. Look up towards the sky. Infinity. Infinite, isn't it? Look within, and you will realize you are infinite too. She smiled with a belief. Her faith in me urges me to share my sweet little secrets with her. Elisa is my mother. Her eyes open wide in amazement. She stays silent for a while and says, are you out of your mind? And if that's true, you must tell everyone and become a superstar. Someday I will, not now. I want to keep away from the media glare. I wish to know more about my mother. That's my goal, especially what happened to her. Dad told me that they never found her body. I feel she must be living under an alternate identity. I am with you in this journey. Consider me as your closest confidant. I will help you. Will I able to find her? Ever walking away from anything in life is easy, but to stay resolved, to hold on, to wait for the sunrise is difficult. You are doing just that. Do you have any friends here? Not really. Most of them left to pursue higher education. My family has financial constraints. I like to assist my mother at the orphanage. I will also join as a nurse there. Boyfriend? I don't want a guy to look at me as an object of lust. I want the same feeling of trust, care, and security from a guy that he holds for his sister or mom. Is that too much to ask for? Most guy I met misconstrued my search for love as a search for lust. I don't want that. How about you? I haven't dated anyone. I am single. Hard to believe that as you are from Purgue, may I ask you why? I am close to my guitar. People often fail to meet your expectations. Unfulfilled expectations lead to unfulfilled relationships. One such relationship was that of my parents. You might find love in Goa then, savings. The ocean is the man of my dreams. I surrender myself to his depth. He lets me loose at the seams. I indulge in the endlessly play until the sun calls in a day. I compose and sing these lines in the moment. Looks like the singer is at work. Yes, yes, yes. We spent the next 2-3 hours chatting away about everything from beaches to travel to life to career to dreams. We waved goodbye to each other with a promise of meeting again the next morning. No amount of words can express the bond that is friendship. After telling my secret to her, I am already feeling better. Friendship is the best medicine. I don't have a dream home. I never had a clear picture of what it looks like. It could be a village by the farmers, or by the ocean, or in the embers of green blue hills, or simply in the suburbs of some city. It just does not matter. But I do have a clear picture of what my dream home look like. It has to be a place where everyone loves each other, moreover accept each other for the way they are, allows each other to be the free spirited souls they are, rather than concentrating them in the cycles of society where they are free from prejudice, command, and bigotry, where the only wrong is not to love each other and the only right is to one's true self. No lies, no fear, absolutely no quarrels. If we are all made up of stardust, the universe is our home, and confining our beliefs to a society is often misleading. सो गाइस, यहाँ पे हम ख़त्म करते हैं। मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। बुक कैसी लग रही है आप ज़रूर बताना। अब देखते हैं कि ये अपनी माँ को मिल पाती है या नहीं, या अपने माँ के बारे में जान पाती है कि नहीं। सो सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो। डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड कमेंट योर फेवरेट बुक।